Welcome to Mission Sonlight from the Media Missionaries of Network 7 Media Center. If you were persecuted for your faith, how would you react? Today, our media missionaries visit the Vita Vitoria Church in the outskirts of Sao Paulo, Brazil. You'll hear about the church and how it is meeting the needs of the community. And you meet several members, including Marcelo, who faced difficulties at work because of his desire to honor God's Sabbath.
Almost 2 decades ago, members of the Central Church came here to plant a new congregation.
Those visionary members knew that to reach others for Jesus, they had to have contact with the people.
I believe that what has contributed a lot to the advancement of the numerical growth of this church was the strong dynamic of immediate contact with people. When visitors attend a meeting, whether it is on Sabbath, Sunday, or Wednesday, the personal ministry team immediately gets in touch with the person, thanking them for their presence and offering a visit. During the home visit, the church's missionary team offers study by opening the Bible and then presenting the gospel. They share about the other ministries we have, including Pathfinders.
Marcelo and Claudia are members today because someone from the Vita Vitoria Church studied with them.
It all started with a great curiosity I had about what happens after we die. I didn't go to any church because I was a little afraid of going into churches, but I really wanted to know about death, and I thought that studying spiritualism would fulfill me. One weekend, I visited with my cousin Alan. I started asking him about death, and he very quickly offered a Bible study, and Marcelo and I said yes. The plan was to meet the next Saturday to study together.
Claudia didn't know that Alan was going to ask a friend to lead the study.
My husband Alan and I had been having Bible studies, but we weren't baptized yet. We had no idea how to give a Bible study, so that's why we asked our friends Ricardo and Helen to help.
We have been part of this church here in Vila Victoria since 2001, and our church has always been marked by many challenges and joys, things that only those who lived here can know. Alan came to me on Saturday morning and said he had a challenge for me. He wanted me to study the Bible with his cousin.
During the first study, everything was new to us. Our eyes were opened with every study that we did. By the third study, we were already convinced that this was the path that we should follow.
Our studies are always marked by smiles and joy. The biggest one was the day Marcelo and Claudia decided to be baptized. When we give a Bible study, we are uncertain whether the person will decide for baptism when the time comes.
Those Bible studies led to a remarkable and yet painful journey for Claudia and Marcelo.
After our baptism, at first everything at my work was fine. I worked a normal schedule from Monday to Friday and didn't have any problems related to Saturday. But there was a change in the board. The directors of the company changed, and as soon as they arrived and already established some changes, mainly in the maintenance area, the sector where I worked. Well, these changes started happening as soon as they arrived. They were decisive, and they were related to Sabbath.
Marcelo determined that he would not work on Sabbath. His supervisor told him that if he allowed Marcelo to have Sabbath off, it would set a precedent for others wanting special treatment.
I chose to trust God. I'm going to be faithful here to God. The Bible says that God honors the one that has written the word in his heart. This situation is no longer in my hands. It's in God's hands.
Marcelo reported for work daily, Monday through Friday, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. On Sabbath, he didn't go to work.
My Saturday absence meant deductions were taken from my salary. Month after month, this happened. If there was no holiday during that pay period, the deduction was even more. One month, I received the equivalent of $60, and that made me very distressed. My daughter was about to be born, and we were going through turmoil. With the storm happening in my life, I had no answer. God was silent. I kept believing that some point he would answer.
Marcelo's supervisor told him there was nothing he could do and that Marcelo should resign. The company's 800 employees knew what was happening. Word spread of Marcelo's commitment to his faith to the board of directors and others. Unbeknownst to Marcelo, some of his fellow workers went to the Human Resources Department to intervene for him. Nothing worked. After a while, some people began to ridicule Marcelo. They called him a bum and said he was crazy. Others stalked him and tried to intimidate him. For 2 long years, Marcelo faced discrimination, low pay, and harsh treatment, but he remained true to his God.
One Friday, my supervisor called me into his office. He opened an email that had just arrived and showed it to me. It said that from that day forward, I will have to be there Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4:48 p.m., and will have Saturday free. In that moment, I saw the hand of God at work.
Marcelo and Claudia are great examples of church leaders. They are the most missionary people I know and are a blessing for the church.
Today, Marcelo and Claudia's daughter is also a member of the Vita Vitoria Church.
I am very happy because I grew up here since I was little. The opportunity to build a new church building is a dream that is being fulfilled for all our members.
There are many more people here who need to hear the story of Jesus.
On this side, there's only one Adventist church. God gave us the privilege to buy land and to build on the main avenue on this side of the city. This is the realization of a great dream and an opportunity for a great missionary project.
Some may experience the hardships that Marcelo and Claudia faced when they made their decision, but the church members of the Vita Vitoria will be there to encourage and help them grow in their faith. Your 13th Sabbath offering on Sabbath, September 24th, will help build a church that will be a center of hope.
The Vita Vitoria Church is an extremely missionary-minded church. The new building will provide a suitable space where we will be able to do more evangelism and welcome the community there too. I cannot fail to express my gratitude to all brothers around the world who have contributed with their offerings every Sabbath so that the realization of this dream is coming true.
I have been a teacher for the children of the children's ministry. I have always taught children about the importance of offerings. Today, it is with great happiness and joy that we are receiving the blessing of these offerings. I thank fathers and mothers from all over the world who teach your children to be faithful to bring the offerings that are changing so many lives. Those offerings are changing our reality and transforming us into a visible church that can bring more people to Jesus.
Reporting from Sao Paulo, Brazil, this is Mission Sonlight from the Media Missionaries of Network 7 Media Center.